Yo, what's going on, everybody? My name is Timothy Cato III, also known simply as Cato, and I'm the one who got your back like chiropractic, the one whose style is impeccable and never questionable. And this is yet another episode of I Got More to Say. And today I am joined by a very, 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 very special guest. This young woman that I have here with me today is very close and near and dear to my heart. The founder, the CEO of Black Girls Don't Get Love, a multimedia company focused and directed for Black girls by a Black girl. You guys, I have none other than soon-to-be fellow Syracuse alumni, Miss Eden Strachan, here today with me. The lovely Miss Eden, how are you doing?
Thank you for the kind introduction, Cato. Honestly, that is so kind, and I'm really proud to be bleeding orange now. So
yes, ma'am. We super proud of you.
Yeah,
for those of you who don't know, Eden here, before we get into all the other great things that she's done, we definitely got to take some time to celebrate her. Eden, after attending Ithaca College and getting her bachelor's in film, Eden recently just got accepted into Syracuse University on a full ride to earn her MBA. For those of you who don't know, that's a Master's of Business Administration. Eden, congratulations.
Thank you so much, Cato.
I'm super proud of you.
So appreciative.
Yes.
And it just feels like that next step for this entire journey, what we're going to be working on with Black Girls Don't Get Love. I feel like this is the next phase in the growth plan. So it's all aligning. I'm really grateful.
Yes, ma'am. It's going to be a beautiful journey. Eden, quick things. First off, Eden, tell us about yourself, where it is that you are from, what it is that you do, because we have lots to talk about, and I want to make sure the listeners understand how great of a woman is sitting here in this chair.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. So, born and raised in Syracuse.
Yes, ma'am. 315.
Yeah, I love it there because of the heart of the community. Mm-hmm. At least for me, I got my start in the media industry in the 8th grade. My teacher gave me an iPad, and that was the catalyst for my entire career. Just the exposure and access to tech and gear, and just giving me really the resources I needed to get my feet on the ground in the industry. And fast forward, the videos that I was making on that iPad actually helped me get into Ithaca College. I was awarded a full scholarship there as well, and that was life-changing for me. Connections to national media companies, folks that really helped me, mentor me, and got me on the path that I'm going today. And I got to spend some time in LA, New York, just learning the business, worked at large companies like CNN, et cetera. And
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of where I learned what I need to do to grow a brand. And then after graduating college, fast forward to college, learned about just how can I intersect my passions for media, social change, and Black Girls Don't Get Love was kind of birthed out of that.
Yes, ma'am. Eden, thank you for that. And man, I didn't know that, you had all that experience previous, to Black Girls Don't Get Love. Now, Eden, Black Girls Don't Get Love. That, it's on the shirt. I absolutely love the shirt, by the way.
Black girls will get love.
Black girls will get love. Love that. Let's talk about that, Eden, because that is, as I said before, that is a very strong and impactful statement. So, Eden, tell us about your company, Black Girls Don't Get Love, how it came to fruition, and exactly what it is that the overall goal, the mission statement, so to speak, of Black Girls Don't Get Love.
Sure. So Black Girls Don't Get Love, it's a book and multimedia coming-of-age brand for girls of color. Our mission is to use media to turn silence into language and change the way Black women and girls are perceived in society. Our mission statement is actually a nod to Audre Lorde and her piece, The Transformation of Silence into Action. And so that turn silence into language because your silence will not protect you felt like my call to action growing up, feeling ugly because of my dark skin, because of my curly hair. And really, when I got to college and I had the opportunity to study Black feminist theory, look at Lorde and Collins' work and just see that they put to text what Black women's experiences were, and they legitimized them and also showed that they were not isolated incidents. And so, at least for me, I kind of talked about using my platform in the media industry for social change, and I always wanted to have that lens with my work, but I think Black Girls Don't Get Love spoke to me because it was my personal experiences but also it was a larger issue. And so the title calls attention to the way Black women and girls are treated, saying that they don't get love, they don't get respect. But then Black Girls Will Get Love, which is our nonprofit arm, really is doing that work to ensure that Black women and girls are seen not only as girls, but that they're celebrated just for who they are.
Nah, Eden, thank you for that. And it's absolutely beautiful work that you're doing within our community.
Thank you.
Eden, so I remember when we had spoke earlier, and you said that really what sparked, you said Black Girls Don't Get Love was sparked from your childhood experiences growing up as a Black woman. Eden, if you don't mind, because I know that might be kind of heavy or difficult to talk about on camera. If you don't mind, Eden, can you share some of the experiences, that way the listeners and the viewers can be understanding of exactly what it is that you have faced in your own experience as a Black woman, and how it impacts not only other Black women / girls, but what is it? Not only how it impacts you, but other Black women / girls?
Absolutely. So, and thank you for asking. I am actually more able to talk about this because I think even writing the Black Girls Don't Get Love book was a healing process. Making the Black Girls Don't Get Love short film as my senior thesis at Ithaca, that was healing because I wasn't focusing on the bad. But some of the moments that I experienced and that inspired this brand were in the classroom in grade school. I remember a moment where one of my teachers, they turn off the lights for a movie and someone yells from the back of the class, "Where's Eden? We can't see her." And, everyone burst out laughing. I can't remember exactly how old we are, but no older than like 7 years old. And it's just kind of like, what do you say to that? And I remember also moments where we were going outside for recess. Here I am applying my SPF, trying to get right. And someone goes, "You don't need sunscreen. You're not going to get burned." And
Which is tremendously ignorant.
yeah. And, you don't have the language as a kid. You don't know what microaggressions are. This is the early 2000s. Conversations about DEI were not a thing. And, at least you don't go to school to have to deal with those type of issues. And so, at least for me, I frequently say that in grade school, I felt like my self-esteem was being run over by a semi-truck. And just, comments about your lips being too big, or, just not feeling beautiful because of the way I looked. And so I just kind of remember feeling ugly and feeling like I would have been prettier if my skin were not as dark, specifically if my skin was white, and if I had straight hair. And so those were kind of the aspirations that I hoped towards. And I think the healing journey came through Black Girls Don't Get Love and telling my story, but also empowering other girls of color, specifically Black girls, to see the beauty in who they are.
Man, Eden, first off, although I never ever, I didn't share, I never ever spoke any of those comments. I just did want to apologize on just behalf of humankind for just being so cruel to you and just other Black women. I'm sorry that happened to you. But even then, not only am I sorry that happened to you, it's one thing to be sorry, but I make sure that just in my lifetime that, I do right and make sure that things like that are corrected, because, we have to put an end to that.
It means a lot to me, Kato. And really just thank you, because I think even having this conversation, we talk about specifically like allyship and those type of things. And I think allyship has become cliche.
Yep.
And it's unfortunate because I think this is doing the work. Number one, the healing process and the empowerment process, but also Black women cannot be the only ones to call out these issues.
Certainly.
And so you giving a space for that is also healing too, and
Yes, ma'am.
it is making that change. So thank you.
No problem at all, either. No problem at all. It's one thing to feel sorry, but if you spend too much feeling sorry, it's also about taking action. So I thank you just for your bravery, for being able to come on here and just being able to express yourself openly. And being I commend you for your bravery for that. But Eden, so with those experiences as a young black woman, and I'm sure probably almost every single black woman has experienced that to some degree. Some degree, rather it be severe or minimal. It still can be a traumatic experience. Now, while billions of black women have experienced that over the course of time, what made you say, you know what? Especially at the age you were at, being 16, 17, 18 years old, however old you were, being such a young woman, what made you say, you know what? I am tired of the disrespect. I am tired of the appropriation. I'm tired of everything regarding black women and all. Excuse me. I'm tired of all of the disrespect regarding black women. What made you say, you know what? I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to set my standards high. Not only am I going to start a media company, I'm going to also have a not-for-profit. What made you pretty much essentially say, you know what? I may not necessarily know how this goes, but I'm going to figure it out?
Well, wow, what a loaded question. I'm trying to put myself back in that moment because it's very specific. I was a huge Bachelor fan in college.
The show, The Bachelor?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And I remember doing this presentation on what the Bachelor franchise revealed about black women's dating experiences. And yeah, it was really, if I can kind of trace back my steps, because, this is really a unique question you're asking. That was really me getting into finding my voice around black women and girls issues. And I remember an OkCupid survey, just doing some research for that project. And this was, the early 2010s when the survey came out. But the OkCupid survey respondents said that black women and Asian men were perceived as less desirable than their counterparts. And that was, at least for me, such important data to just have available, because it really underscored what I was seeing on TV. That now we've been fortunate to see a black Bachelor ad, or even the first black Bachelor couple come out of the franchise. But back then, that wasn't the thing, and I remember seeing black women getting eliminated, at the top of the show. And even if they weren't eliminated at the top, the treatment and the experience was different. And I think we're seeing that, that was in the 2017 era that I was making this not 2017. I'll go back so you can edit that out. But I was making that presentation around 2019, 2020. But now we're kind of also seeing black women's dating experiences through the lens of other franchises as well. And so that was kind of where my eyes were starting to kind of open to black women's experiences. And I also kind of was like, we need to dissect the strong black woman trope. And we need to not just focus on black women, because black women, of course, are important, but why is there such this erasure of black girlhood? And so in that black feminist theory class, I was able to also read Georgetown Law Center on Poverty and Inequality, a study called Girlhood Interrupted, the Erasure of Black Girls' Childhood. And that was just phenomenal work that team did to really look at the way that Black girls are treated in comparison to their white peers of the same age. And so the data from the 2017 data from Georgetown Law Center on Poverty and Inequality showed that Black girls ages 5 to 14, I believe, were perceived as more mature than their white peers of the same age. And so survey respondents believe that Black girls needed less protection, that they needed less nurturing, that they needed to be supported less, comforted less, that they knew more about adult-like topics such as sex. And so all of this started to click for me, where I was like, the harm that the strong Black woman trope does to Black women is detrimental.
Very much so.
To not only just perceptions, but also to our health. But how do we get to the root of that? And so looking at Black girlhood and just the fact that we don't see Black girls coming of age. I love, the movies like The Perks of Being a Wallflower or Juno, Lady Bird, etc. Like, I binged those as much as I possibly could as, a young teen, but I didn't see that representation of Black girls in these movies going to prom, falling in love, just having those iconic moments. And so as I, looked at the OkCupid data, looked at just what was happening in the Bachelor franchise, looked at, Georgetown Law Center research, all of this stuff, just started to almost, form this, thesis of the fact that the lack of Black female representation in the coming-of-age genre overall represented the erasure of Black girlhood in society. And I just started to feel like it was my call to action to turn silence into language. And that's where Black Girls Don't Get Love was born.
Turn silence into language. That's powerful. I like that.
Yeah, Audre Lorde.
Yeah. Andre Lorde?
Audre Lorde.
Audre Lorde. Huge shout out to her.
Yeah.
That's powerful. Eden, thank you again. That is, it has me, I was, doing a lot of active listening, and it's definitely something that these are definitely words that I have to sit with. So, Eden, we spoke about this in the car, and just to get off of Black Girls Don't Get Love for a quick second, I want to talk to you about the strong Black woman trope, as you alluded to. Eden, real quick, just for the listeners and for myself, because I don't know what that means. What is a trope? So,
it's like this... you could almost say stereotype.
Stereotype,
yeah,
okay.
Or
Gotcha.
Profile, or something that is like a character type that is not positive.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yes, so you could get the mammy trope. You could get the black buck, or the almost like Uncle Tom type vibe.
Gotcha.
So it's really these character types and stereotypes, if you will, that are used to harmfully portray, specifically in this case, black women.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Eden. Yeah, and me and you spoke about this. When it comes to the strong Black woman, the trope, as you said, and how you so beautifully described, the thing with it, and that really gets to me, is that trope only exists for, I feel like, Black women. I don't ever hear strong Asian woman. I don't ever hear strong white woman. I don't ever hear strong woman of any other ethnicity / race. But I always hear strong Black woman. And usually I always hear the strong Black woman trope in a sense of, the disrespect, the prejudice, the colorism, all of these terrible, experiences that Black women have. Yeah, because they're strong Black women, they can better deal with it. that's a problem.
I mean, I had chills when you said that we don't put strong in front of other
races. We
Yes.
don't. Yeah.
And I think that is profound
Yes.
that you have called that out.
It's become an excuse.
Yes.
Yeah, an excuse for disrespect, for the mistreatment of black women, excuse for the misrepresentation of black women, an excuse for the appropriation of black women features. It's an excuse. Yep.
Exactly. And at least my argument is that if we continue, like, there has been great attention. There, of course, deserves to be more, but in recent years, people have started to address the strong black woman trope, but they have completely not addressed the erasure of black girlhood.
Yes.
And so, at least for me, I'm saying in my work, let's address this issue before we get to the strong black women. By humanizing black girls and their experiences, letting them go on the playground and have fun and just be kids, so that we don't automatically see them as more mature when they're, in grade school. We were talking about Angel Reese.
Yep.
And Flu J. Johnson.
Flu J. Johnson.
Yes, and I hope I said her name right.
Yes,
but
certainly.
I had so much empathy when I just watched the recent clip of just that press conference and seeing her teammates stand up for her. And,
For sure.
just what a catalyst that created for other people on the team also speaking up.
Certainly.
Angel is only 21.
Young woman.
Yeah. Like, she's just a girl.
For sure.
And the amount of hatred and
Yep.
abuse that she's gotten online
For doing what all the other players do.
it's devastating.
Yeah. Caitlin Clark go out there, hit a three-pointer, showboat. It's all good.
It's yeah.
But, Angel Reese do the same thing. Terrible. It's classless. It's tasteless.
The thing is that
unsportsmanlike.
The black girls are held to a different standard, and I think that with this display of number one compassion, but also allyship, it is putting to the top of a lot of people's minds the fact that black girls are adultified.
Yep.
They're over-sexualized.
Certainly. And that goes back years, the over-sexualized part. It goes back to Sarah Bartman, but please continue.
And just looking at the fact that, this young girl, she's in her early 20s, is facing this hatred and backlash online from adults. I think people forget. They have that barrier of being online, and they forget that she's just a girl. And so I think her story is just such another, unfortunate example of why we need this work, because we need to not only continue the narrative, but we need to also make some sustainable change towards addressing the way black girls are treated.
Certainly. Yeah. No, I understand that, Eden. Yeah, and you're definitely doing that work as far as what, like I said, black girls don't get love. Eden, another thing I want to talk to you about when it comes to black girls don't get love is the emphasis, and you alluded to this before, on the word girl. I'm sorry, I'm only looking because I'm looking at your shirt. The emphasis on the word girl within Black Girls Don't Get Love. I love how, as I said before, the language that you chose. Because when we say black women don't get love and black girls don't get love, sure, it's related, but it has it's a different connotation, because as you said, black girls need a chance to go and grow up and be children and not have to worry about being overly sexualized and overly policed. And when I say policed, I more mean, as far as like the way they look and what they wear and things of that nature as children. So I definitely, salute you for that, Eden, because, you're speaking on a very important topic. Eden, but when we talk about, black girls essentially, are having a peaceful coming of age period. Your what is it? Your company has worked wonders as far as within that space, from proms to plays to events. Can you talk about the work that you do within the community?
Yes, thank you. I absolutely love talking about it because it's just my heart and my, guess, life's work, honestly. So thank you for the space and opportunity. I launched the Black Girls Don't Get Love Prom as our first initiative to kind of flip the coming of age moment on its head. We have these ideas built up in our heads of, what it will be like to, go to prom, fall in love. But what if it wasn't about who asked us?
Yep.
But it was about just making sure that we are being validated individually just because of who you are.
Yes.
And so we did the Black Girls Don't Get Love Prom, and that was a monumental success. And that was the Black Girls Don't Get Love book in human form, and it was very experiential. You can go on our website, blackgirlsdon'tgetlove.com, and kind of see what it looked like. But that was the first moment where I got to see the impact of our work. And that was the first time we were backed by foundations. That was the first time that really even the press took a hold of our work and stuff. And so growing from that, we did the Black Girls Don't Get Love slumber party on Valentine's Day, a day that people are focused on romantic love, but here we're focused on self-love. And so
There you go.
every girl got pajamas, slippers, roses, tiaras. They got to walk down our pink carpet. And then we partnered with the BOCES Cosmetology School based out of Syracuse, and they did hair, nails, makeup, facials. They also got to do massages, and that moment was just so special to see how validating the personhood just changes how people see themselves. And so our philosophy is really simple. It's giving girls of color their coming of age moment, whatever that looks like. And so we've expanded just from the prom and slumber party, do an outdoor exploration where we bring girls of color to the outdoors. We have phenomenal partners at Green Lakes with the Ladders to the Outdoors program, where they are phenomenal in ensuring that kids have access to the outdoors and that they don't have those financial barriers. And so that has been such a great partnership, and they have provided us opportunities to go on all expense paid camping trips to Allegheny State Park. We actually had our film training program overnight experience at Green Lakes too, so giving that camp exposure for these students to sleep in a cabin. Thankfully it was AC'd and everything, but but it was phenomenal. And just building sisterhood, building community while participating in the self-love and educational experience.
Certainly. Eden, your events are phenomenal. For those of you who haven't gone and checked the Black Girls Don't Get Love website, blackgirlsdon'tgetlove.com, make sure that you do, because the photos and just the absolute joy that these young women have at your events, and the time and the preparation and the specificness that you have and the detail within your events is inspiring. I thought I was solid at events. I look at your events, I'd be like, man, I'd be taking notes,
Thank you.
seeing how you do things.
And thank you for coming to support me too. You were at the table read.
Sure was. Yes, I was. Yeah, I had to. Yeah, I was like, Black Girls Don't Get Love, Eden. I'm there. I was like, it's right by Irma's Island. One of the best Jamaican spots in Syracuse. Shout out to Irma's Island and give them a little free promo. But yes, I had to. But yeah, it was great to see. And just seeing the way that you just impacted the community, especially in a city such as Syracuse. And no disrespect to Syracuse whatsoever, because Syracuse oftentimes has a lot of negative connotations around it. So, but it does have its struggles, and
Well, it is one of the top poorest cities in the country. So I think, you can have the respect of saying, there's good people there.
Certainly.
And there's good work being done. But also we need to do more work. And we need to address these systemic issues.
Certainly. Eden, I view you as one of the youngest and brightest and most inspiring leaders within, I'll say the world. I'll go that far. just for the simple fact of from Black Girls Don't Get Loved into how you lead by example, how you are an astute businesswoman. Is it a lot of pressure, Eden, being you? I don't even want to say a role model or inspiration because, I think that falls up underneath it. But is it a lot of pressure? Because, is it a lot of, like, what is it like being Eden? Being, like I said, an astute businesswoman, being a leader, being an event planner, being a motivator, being just overall, just everything that incorporates and that makes up Eden. Yeah, how is it being you?
That is one of the biggest compliments I've ever gotten. So thank you. I humbly receive that. I'm just so grateful to wake up and do what I love. And I don't say that in a cliche way. Like, we work 15-hour days. But while the work is hard, it is rewarding. And it is something that I believe is my, like, purpose. And I think that if you're going to do something, you need to do it well.
Yes.
You need to do it well, and you need to
do it often.
Yes. Thank you for saying that, because when I started this work, I remember reading a piece from Malcolm Gladwell that talked about, it was Outliers, talking about the fact that it takes 10,000 hours to achieve excellence in the craft or skill.
Certainly.
And when I started Black Girls Don't Get Love, I was 21. I was just finishing up college, and I remember feeling like I was not at my 10,000 hours. And just knowing that I had more work to put in. And I've beyond done my 10,000 hours over the last couple of years of building this brand, but it has come to not only just a grace and humility to have learned and been mentored by so many great people and have met just so many wonderful people in the community, but also just feeling like I know what I'm doing, and not only can I do what I need to do, but I can also empower others to do the same.
Certainly, yeah. And the thing I love about it so much, Eden, is that you lead by example. It's one thing to get out here and, speak really well, but, you saw injustices, you saw racism, you saw bigotry, you saw prejudice, you saw colorism, you saw disrespect. And as I said, you at such a young age went and you was like, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm gonna actually do something about it. And you didn't give up. And as I said before, you are an inspiration to so many of our young Black women out here, our young sisters, really everybody. But I really want to make sure that you understand your power and your ability, and all the work that you're doing isn't going in vain. Because I've always,
especially on the hard days,
Yeah, certainly.
Thank you.
Because as I said before, what you do isn't easy. But Eden, one thing I want to talk about too as well is just, it seems, especially within the media, is that I feel like very rarely do I ever see, I ain't gonna say rarely, but there's a lot. That's what I'll say. There's too much. I'm gonna use that word. There's too much, to me, in my opinion. Far too much civil war going on between Black men and Black women. It seems like right now I don't know. I don't know if this is the worst it's ever been, but it is bad right now. As far as the way that we talk about each other on our platforms, the way that we talk about each other on television and movies, on social media, it is, what I'm saying? It's what's the word I'm looking for? It's very detrimental to our people. And with that, Eden, I oftentimes see a lot of men speaking down about Black women. Especially women, men who look like Black women, being Black men. Eden, what is your response to those people that it just seems like they never have anything positive to say about Black women? As somebody who's an advocate, as somebody who leads by example, as somebody as great as you, what do you say to those people?
The thing that I learned in the Black feminist theory class that I'll start over. The thing that I learned in the Black feminist theory class that changed my perspective on all of these issues was that Black women are at the bottom of the food chain. And when Black women and girls are empowered, everyone will be empowered. And so my call to action would be that if we want to see change in the world, we have to start from the people that are at the bottom of the food chain. And that's not to say that we don't need to respect someone because they're at the bottom. That's just a metaphor. But that's saying that let's call attention to who is continuously disrespected, who is continually dishonored, and find small, sustainable ways to make that change. Whether that looks like speaking up on social media when we see trolls coming after Angel.
Certainly.
Whether that looks like showing up to volunteer at a local event supporting young Black girls. Whether that looks like donating money. Whatever people's hearts call them to do, they should do. And they should do it with respect and with honor, because regardless of race, regardless of anything, we're all human and we deserve that respect. And I think that there's a lot of work that has to be done. And I can't solve the world's problems by myself, and you can't solve the world's problems. But if we all do small, sustainable actions, I think we can.
Yes, ma'am. Nah, understandable. Yeah, because it's getting to the point right now where I feel like it's close where, as I said, we're going to be in a full-blown war between each other socially. And, you know, I feel for our people because, I mean, oftentimes it ain't even our fault. You know, I feel like we're not necessarily taught in our schools well. We're not necessarily taught our histories properly. The people who can teach us our history are usually, you know, college professors and people of that nature who, you know, are oftentimes inaccessible. That's why I love some of the people, you know, a lot of the people who get on social media and speak out about like our history and what's going on within our community, because we have to take pride in our community, and you've done that to a T. You know, you've certainly done that to a T. What are some ways that Black men can be better allies for Black women? I know you spoke about silence as a language. We need to do a better job at speaking up. But with men, I don't want to say having more of a voice. I feel like that's not necessarily what I'm trying to the picture I'm trying to paint. But with men still being very much in this society, in America, in world society, looked to as leaders, how can we use our voices and our position as men to be better allies for Black women?
Sure. So I like to frequently say that Black Girls Don't Get Love is not about romantic love.
Yes, ma'am.
It is about Black women's and Black girls' experiences and how they are treated in society. And overall, taking the romantic idea out of it, I think it's empathy, I think it's compassion and respect that is needed, and genuine support from Black men, but also non-Black men. We need it from everyone.
Everybody.
And so really looking at the fact that we just need folks to speak up and do the right thing. I don't think there's much more to it. Like systemically, yes, you know, look at the legislation, look at all of these larger issues, but at a how can I make a change today? I think it's really using whatever position of privilege you have to advocate for the respectful treatment and support of Black women and girls.
Yes, ma'am. Eden, where is Black Girls Don't Get Love? Where's your company headed?
Oh, wow. That's so Black Girls Don't Get Love is actually coming out again as a book nationally in 2025, on Valentine's Day 2025. I'm really excited to be re-releasing. I'll start over. So Black Girls Don't Get Love was originally self-published, and now we've recently signed a deal with Row House Publishers and distributing.
There you go.
Sorry, distributing.
Yes.
I don't know why I'm getting tripped up.
It's okay.
Let me take some water.
It's no problem.
Yeah. So, but I'll start however.
No problem at all.
Oh, what time is that?
It's 3:18. We're all set.
Okay. I'm sorry, I heard my phone throughout too.
No problem.
It's like I thought I turned that off. What else can I hear? So Black Girls Don't Get Love was originally self-published as a book on Amazon, and we're really proud and excited to share that we've recently signed a deal with Real House Publishers, and they will be distributing through Simon & Schuster nationally in 2025.
Amen. Yes, ma'am.
So it's huge.
Yes, ma'am.
It's like, a major win for our business, but also just hopefully for Black girls to see themselves represented in the coming of age genre. And so the book will be coming out around Valentine's Day 2025. So excited about that. I've been really just working really hard at the re-release. The book will be actually expanded version of what it is now. It will be a chapter book. And so that's going to be really huge. And we're also working on hopefully developing a television series out of the Black Girls Don't Get Love book.
Amen.
Yeah, so if anyone super rich is watching, give me a call.
Certainly.
blackgirlsdon'tgetlove.com/contact if you know people that want to invest in the project. And we also have our nonprofit arm called Black Girls Will Get Love.
Yes.
And that's where we facilitate all our philanthropic initiatives. Like I mentioned, Black Girls Don't Get Love Prom, Summer Party, Outdoor Exploration, and our National Film Training Program, where kids came from across the country to Syracuse to learn about pre-production, production, and post.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was really special, and we're continuing that work, but we're also expanding to bring our services to school districts. And so schools can buy into our screenwriting workshop, our mini producing lab, our mini acting lab. We're really excited about making sure that we're providing Black girls and non-BIPOC allies with sustainable career opportunities in the media industry.
Nah, certainly. I mean, Eden, I don't know how you get any sleep at night.
I don't.
I hear that. Oh, man. Eden, before we finish up, just hearing you speak about television and books and media and TV shows and plays and so many different things. Eden, as I said earlier, you are an astute businesswoman. As I said, just a master level planner.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? And a
Thank
master
you.
level executor. Eden, something you spoke about was just the power in having Black people within media, but being in positions other than production assistants. That was an interesting take. That was a very interesting viewpoint. Can you speak a little bit more about about your feelings towards some of the positions that Black people held, why it's important for Black people to get involved in more media, and why it's important for them to get involved more on the business side that you have embarked on?
Yes. So I am really passionate about empowering the next generation of Black girl storytellers.
Yes.
That's a personal mission for me, to make sure that Black girls and non-BIPOC allies have sustainable education opportunities. And so through the Black Girls Don't Get Love film training program, screenwriting workshop, mini producing lab, mini acting lab, we are focused on not only just teaching the craft, but also teaching the business side of the industry. How do we ensure that we're having a group of creatives that know how to sell their work, how to pitch their work, how to have sustainable careers out of their work. And so really making sure that that information is accessible through our learning opportunities is really what I'm extremely passionate about, because I think that's where we create generational wealth.
Certainly.
That's where we ensure that creatives understand that you have to be both. And at least for me, the exposure young was life-changing. So that's why we're targeting middle, high school, college age girls.
Certainly.
Because we want to make sure that they get the information as soon as they can so that they can work towards their next steps strategically.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, and you know, it's phenomenal that you're doing that, because when we look at the amount of influence that our people have within media, I mean, we have, I say this, with us being a quote unquote minority, we have disproportionately impacted media in so many ways. And when I say disproportionately, I mean compared to the amount of us that are in power positions and positions of power, we have really, we have led creatively, especially. We have led in many ways, and as far as influential and as far as influence throughout media, our people are certainly, at the top of the food chain, I would say. And even besides to that point, when we speak about, because I don't just want to make this about some of the, I really want to make this about celebrating Black women. When we look at in the media too, we look at people such as Issa Rae. We look at Ethiopia Habertamariam, I believe is how you say her name. She was on Motown. She pretty much was like the president of like Little Baby and like Lil Yachty's record label like some years ago called QC. And when we look at just so many of the advancements that so many Black women are making in the media industry, to me it's a genius move that you are really focusing in on young Black girls and young Black women understanding the business side of it.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you
because
so much.
we as a people need to gain back ownership of the things we create, of our ideas, our original ideas, our intellectual property, so to speak. So it's an absolute blessing, Eden, to have you, as I said, at the charge. And as I said before, I know for a fact that times 100 most influential people, I know I'm going to see you in there soon.
From your list to God's ears.
Yes, really,
Thank you so much.
Really soon. Eden, anything else that you want to say?
No, this has been phenomenal. So thank you so much for the space. I really do appreciate it and all your kind words.
No problem at all. But Eden, we're not done.
Okay.
We are not done. Now, Eden, I'm a man of surprises.
Okay.
I am a man of great surprises. I am a man of great surprises, Eden. Oh. Now, Eden, I got more to say. I gotta come back into the camera. I got more to say, Eden.
What?
I gotta come back into the camera. I got more to say, Eden. Oh, hold on, let me wait till I sit down. Oh, Eden, I have more to say. This is a platform to celebrate, as I said before, Black music and culture. And this is to give our legends, our tastemakers, our leaders, our influencers, the people who make impacts in our communities and their communities, the people who get up, stand up and fight for what they believe in, such as yourself, our educators, the people who reach people, the people who teach people, everything that you do. This is, wait, do I have it? It's this way. These are for you. You know what I'm saying? We give people their flowers while they're still here to smell them and appreciate them, Eden. And I am beyond proud of you, Eden. There's no problem at all.
You surprised me.
I am beyond proud of you, Eden, for all of the work that you do. I thank you for all of the support and all the blessings that you have provided me in my life. And I thank you so much just for what you do for our young Black girls out here.
Thank you so much,
your power, your work, your influence, your time especially will never ever not be appreciated by myself and other people. So Eden, these are your flowers. I thank you so much just for everything that you, like I said, that you've done in my life and that you have just done for our people. And I pray to God that this small gesture is enough, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that you keep on, consistently fighting for what it is that you believe in and representing our people. So Eden, I present these flowers to you.
Thank you so much, Kato. This is so meaningful to me.
Yes, ma'am.
You really got me.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
And just, I just have so much gratitude because I remember a mentor talking about the culture of honor.
Yes.
And it wasn't just about honoring elders or, you know, the legends or whatever. This means so much to me, and I'll remember this moment. And you know, I just am so grateful because we don't do the work for thanks. We do it because we love it.
Yes.
But the thanks does mean a lot.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is so special to me, and I'm gonna keep these for a long time.
Yes, Eden. Nah,
Thank you.
For sure, no problem at all, Eden.
Wow.
Yes, that is, Eden, like I said, again, for all of the influence and inspiration that you provide to our young women, our young girls out here each and every day. So many people get up and talk about things, Eden, but, you know, few get up and actually do them, and they don't, and the people who do them, they don't do them as consistently, as thoroughly, and as geniusly as you have. And not only do you care about Black women's mental, their spiritual, their physical, everything, you know what I'm saying? You really are, I believe, you know, what our ancestors and the people who came before us really fought and died for. You are continuing on their legacy, and you definitely deserve to be appreciated.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Gotcha.
These are so beautiful.
No problem at all. Eden, any way that people can get in contact with you, anything that you, any socials, anything that you have left to say?
Oh, I gotta say, thank you for being my friend.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for this. This is very, just so beautiful, and I'm never gonna forget this moment.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
thank you. And,
Certainly.
support. I got more to say. This podcast is just the beginning. This moment is just the beginning, and I'm grateful that we're out here together doing the work.
Yes, ma'am.
So thank you for this. To be in contact with us, you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Black Girls Don't Get Love. And if you want to support us or learn more, go to blackgirlsdon'tgetlove.com. Thanks so much.
Certainly. Make sure that y'all dig into them pocketbooks, dig into them wallets, dig into them bags, all the artists and entertainers, all the rappers that talk about them Birkin bags and everything. Make sure you dig into them and make sure that you support Eden and Black Girls Don't Get Love. But as always, this is Eden. I'm Cato III, and I got more to say.